This secret society, this particular black secret society that we'll talk about today, is the first of the black Greek societies, started in 1904, and that word that you said, Boule, is actually an acronym. It's a Sigma Pi Phi. Sigma Pi Phi, 1904 in Philadelphia.
This is the founder of the Boule, Henry Minton. If this was color, you'd see he's light, almost white. Because in the early aspects of the organization, there was a lot of that. Henry Minton is the founder and so-called pioneering spirit. Brother was kind, knowing I needed a point of the organization Sigma Pi Phi. The head man of the organization is called the Grand Sire Archon. A-R-C-H-O-N is what a member is called after they have been inducted. They're an Archon. He was the Grand Poopah from 1908 to 1909. Then became Grand Sire Archon Emeritus. The Grand Sire Archon is the head of the national Boule. The head of the local Boule is called Sire Archon. So the head of the LA chapter is Sire Archon. A member in any Boule is called just Archon. So as Archon is a member, Sire Archon is the local head, Grand Sire Archon is the only head, the titular head. The Grand Sire Archon and those other top positions of the Boule have absolute and supreme authority over every Boule chapter, which are called subordinate chapters. Every subordinate chapter of the Boule is compelled to respond to the wishes of the Grand Sire Archon and the executive committee. This is a discussion about what Minton was thinking about in 1904 when he wanted to set up the organization. This is from the history of Sigma Pi Phi. That's the history book of the organization. The history of Sigma Pi Phi. It's written by an alpha named Charles Wesley. Modifications was the Grecian Sphinx, the animal that we saw on their logo, which for much time we thought was a griffin, or a gargoyle, an overseer, or a watcher, or a protector, which in fact is what this, as they call it by constitution, Grecian Sphinx really is. It is a guardian. And as a guardian, it protects something which we believe is in the urn that the right paw sits over. That right paw sits over an urn. And in a better picture of the urn, inside is a circle within a circle. That circle within a circle is, I have felt, the symbol of the Rhodes Rothschild Secret Society. The Rhodes Rothschild Secret Society are those last responsible to deliver the phase of worldwide order, and their responsibility is the final phase, the Rothschild-Rockefeller-Oppenheimer connection. But they're just not arbitrary. I believe that they're the potentates over societies, and that they too don the robes and go through the rituals. That's when we busted in the Boule meeting in the Ritz-Carlton in October, the regional meeting, and where David Rockefeller was the only white man sitting there addressing the group. So we do know that on a level, David Rockefeller knows more about that organization than most of the black people that it claims it represents, because he knew to be there and they didn't, or weren't even invited or sought to be there. So we give knowledge to that. This Grecian Sphinx, of course, has the tail of an S. Sigma, Pi Phi are the encryptions between
Boule, B-O-U-L-E, the Greek version. There's a French version that's a coming together, a conclave, the AKA called their convention, the Boule. But the Greek word is what we're looking for, the advisors to the king. The lower house of the Greek parliament is called Boule. Mm-hmm. And it's very important to know that if you look to Alpha Phi Alpha website, there's alphas, kappas, Qs, and Phi Beta Sigma. There's Zeta Phi Beta, Delta Sigma Theta, AKA, and Delta, I'm missing somebody, Sigma Gamma Rho. If you look to, say, the Alpha website, they brag about being 95% of all black lawyers. Now, if the alphas are 95% of the black lawyers, what does that leave the kappas, the Qs? Okay, now we're in the 90s. They claim to be 65% of the black accountants, the lawyers, the doctors, dominating. And it may be that our professions are dominated by people in the Greek societies.